Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I'm kind of like killing two birds with one stone here. I'm taking part in two different challenges. This look is for a challenge that Charlie, Peanut Butter Beauty, has put together for Instagram or on Instagram. She's chosen a couple different pictures from Bora Bora, and the idea is to create a look based on the colors within the image using your eyeshadow singles. I took part in this last month and I didn't realize, well, I did realize you were supposed to use singles, but I didn't use singles. I used an actual palette. So today I'm sticking to the brief and I'm using some singles out of my collection. And I'm also taking part in Leanna Dalton's Beauty and the Soul Challenge. Now she also does that on Instagram too, but you're welcome to film videos based on that challenge on YouTube as well. And I think this challenge actually was for January, so I'm a little late with my entry for this challenge, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I adore Charlie, I adore Leanna, so it's really fun to take part in both of their challenges. Leanna has done several Beauty and the Soul challenges, and typically how it works is that she comes up with some sort of premise for the challenge, and then your job is to create a look or anything. It doesn't even have to be makeup related, but anything that you think suits the challenge. Now, Leanna's challenge this time around is defining what beauty means to me, to each of us that take part in the challenge. So that's what I'm going to be talking about as I put my look together for Charlie's challenge, but also for Leanna's challenge, is what I think beauty means or what beauty means to me. So I do have both brows done, and this eyelid, of course, is primed in the P. Louise eyeshadow base in Rumor 01. Let me show you the singles I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a single that I got from LadybugGlow, and it doesn't have a name on it. If it did have a name, I don't know what it is. It might have been on the packaging, but that's long gone. But it's this right here. It's this beautiful blue metallic shimmer shade. And the brand owner just happened to throw this in one of my orders. And I just have been dying to try this, and I haven't tried it yet. So today is the day I'm going to be using this single. I think it's beautiful. And then I'm also going to be using a single from Beauty Moon Cosmetics, which is a UK indie brand that I now have a code for. It's affiliated. I'll have that linked in my description box. Feel free to use it. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's there if you'd like to use it. And this is, I think it's the shade Athens. It says Chameleon Eyeshadow 08, but I'm pretty sure it's in the shade Athens. And it's this beautiful green and purple flippy stuff. So I'm gonna pop up the pictures that Charlie selected for us to base our looks on. And I felt like those two singles really matched the colors in those images, of Bora Bora. Beautiful place. That's the definition of beauty for me, is Bora Bora. Absolutely. Never been there, but I'd love to go. And for the mattes for this look, I'm going to use this palette. This is the Tropical Wonders palette from Certifeye. And Steph sent this to me a while ago, and I've used it several times actually. Well, maybe not several, a few times on my channel, and I love it. So I think what I'm going to do is use Coast, Fruit Dove, Swamp, maybe Bermuda. But I'm just going to start laying some shades down, and then I'll figure out, maybe I'll throw in some more, I don't know. But I'm going to start off with putting Coast towards the front part of my transition area. So let's talk about what beauty means to me, right? I would say there's a few things that I think of when I think of beauty. Oops, this is very creasy. Let me grab my little sponge here and smooth that out. Nature to me is super beautiful, and I'm really fortunate that I live in Oregon, and there are so many beautiful places to go here. So many beautiful places. And, we have beautiful outdoor areas very close to where I live. And it's just wonderful. It's so nice to go out into nature, into the wild, and see beautiful things. And very simple things, I think, are very beautiful in nature. I really do. And, it's very sad. I've never traveled outside of the United States. I would love to do that someday. I really would. Because there's so many other beautiful places in the world that I have never seen. But I do feel very fortunate, like I mentioned, that I live in a state that has so many beautiful places to go. The Oregon coast is absolutely gorgeous, and there's so many different places that you can go on the Oregon coast that are just beautiful. We have mountains here, rivers, lakes, streams, ponds. I don't live far away from the Mackenzie River, and that's a beautiful place to go. There's a lot of trails there that you can hike. We have Silver Falls, Sahaley Falls. I mean, just so many places to go. I couldn't name them all in this one video. You know, I could do several videos about all the beautiful places that there are to go in Oregon. So I have just been blown away by the beauty of nature and just being outside. And that's something I really encouraged my kids to do when they were young. You know, a lot of kids just want to sit in the house and play video games. I'm like, no, get your butts outside, go play outside, go see some fun stuff outside. And they both my kids really love being outdoors. You know, they really enjoy that. And, you know, my husband really likes it too. And we really want to start going camping. We've been talking about going camping for years and we just don't do it. But at some point, I hope we really do that. Maybe this summer we'll finally go camping. So now I'm going to go into Fruit Dove, this shade right here, and put that towards the outer part of the transition area. Another thing that I think is very beautiful are babies. I am such a baby fanatic. I think babies are so beautiful. Oh, and of course, I think my grandson is the most beautiful baby ever born. Well, you know, my kids too, but he's pretty damn gorgeous, my grandson. He's just so precious. And, you know, it's really fun now to have friends who have grandchildren. Jan Van is one of those friends that has grandkids, and her grandkids are absolutely beautiful. And it's just so fun to like be in this phase of my life and be able to, you know, go bonkers about my grandson with someone that understands completely. I mean, I have tons of people that I go bonkers over my grandson with, but you know, it's just really nice to have Janny in my life because, you know, we both really understand the beauty of grandchildren. It's wonderful. Being a grandmother is a very huge definition of beauty to me. I just love it. It's such a wonderful role. And, you know, I knew I was going to love it, of course, but I love it more than I ever could have imagined that I would love it now that I am a grandmother. Okay, I think I'm done. That looks really nice. That was very easy. So now I'm going to go into this shade here called Swamp and put that towards the outer part of the lid. Let me grab another brush for that. And I think too, another huge component of beauty is inner beauty. You know, I think our society is so hyper-focused on outer beauty, you know, what you look like, what your body looks like, and you know, there's a certain template that it's supposed to look like, and if it doesn't look like that, then you're not beautiful. And I think that is stupid. And I also think that we've been programmed to believe and to feel that youth is beautiful, but aging is not beautiful. And I absolutely disagree with that. And that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to start my YouTube channel. Not because I think I'm beautiful or anything like that necessarily. I mean, I do think I'm beautiful, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting here thinking, I'm the most beautiful 49-year-old on the planet. That's not it. But I wanted to show that you can be any age, especially an older age, more mature age, more seasoned age, and still be and feel beautiful. And I feel beautiful with or without makeup on. There are days, of course, I struggle, and I, you know, don't always look in the mirror and love what I see. But I'm really trying to work on that. I really am. Because I don't want to go through the rest of my life, the golden years of my life, feeling this that I have felt about myself when I was younger, you know? And I think too, like I see a lot of like actresses, actors, singers, you know, that sort of thing, who are so hyper-focused on beauty to the point where they've had dozens and dozens of plastic surgery procedures, which I'm not like saying that plastic surgery is bad. I'm not saying that. I'm going to go back in with this brush, just going to blend the edge of that out. I'm truly not saying that. But I have seen folks who have just really damaged themselves by doing way too many surgical procedures. Mickey Rourke is someone who comes to mind when I think of this, because I still love Mickey Rourke, but he was one of my like heartthrobs back in the like, what, 90s, I guess, 80s. And, you know, he has done a lot to his face to damage it, because he was, I've heard him in interviews, so focused on what he felt was beautiful and trying to, you know, maintain his youth and fit, like I mentioned, this template of what beauty is, to the point where, you know, he's almost unrecognizable in a lot of the pictures I've seen of him. I'm gonna go into the shade now, this beautiful shade from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. It's kind of got that green and purple flip. I just thought this was perfect with the colors that are in the images, and I'm gonna put this right here. I do need to find a brush, of course. I'll use this one. you know, I just think it's become such a, oh yes, this is gorgeous, such a huge component of people who are in the acting, singing, entertainment industry, that they have to maintain their youth. And if they don't maintain their youth, they're just washed up. I watched a documentary, oh, it was a while ago. It was before my mom passed away, because my mom and I watched it together. And it was about women who are, you know, in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, who are actresses, who now really don't get very many roles, even though they're just amazing. They're amazing actresses, but they have lost roles to their younger counterparts because they're older now. And it's like, so what? Who cares? You know, and I also want to mention my Nana, my Grandma Rose, we called her Nana, my dad's mom, who was one of the most beautiful women I've ever known in my life. And I felt like she got more beautiful as she aged. She was, I think, 96 when she passed away. And she was just this statuesque, beautiful, radiant, glowing being. And, you know, she also really embraced her beauty. And I love that about her. You know, she knew how beautiful she was. And I just love that. And she was equally as beautiful on the inside, which I'll get to here in just a minute. I love that shade. It does look a little weird right there, so I'll go back and fix it later. But I am going to go now into this shade, this blue shade from LadybugGlow. Put that right towards the front. I do need to get another brush for that too. I think I'll use my AliExpress brush for this. Ooh, this is a nice texture. Really nice. It's a little flaky, but like, I don't know, just, it's really nice though. Smushy too, so it's great. But, you know, she was such a great example for me to follow in terms of, you know, feeling beautiful in my own skin as it ages. Ooh, yeah, that's really nice. Oh, that's beautiful. I love the combination of the blue, green, purple across the lid. Oops, I got some shadow on my face there. But, you know, I'm really trying to, like, use my Nana as an example of feeling beautiful and embracing beauty as I age. You know, it's just like I have white hair that's growing out of my head because I'm aging, obviously. And I struggle so much with, like, should I keep coloring my hair? Should I let the gray grow out? What if I look older? Do I want to look older? I mean, my hair's turning white. So, but it's still, I have that weird thing in my head telling me, well, do you really want to have white hair? Because white hair means you're an old lady. So I don't know. I am working on that, trying to decide, like, am I ready to just go white and stop coloring my hair? Because it's kind of a pain in the ass to color your hair. It really is, you know? Because then you got to deal with your roots and you got to color it again. And I don't think it's that great for your hair. I'm going to go back in with this brush, nothing additional on it, I don't think at this point, and just kind of blend the edge of that shimmer a little bit. I'm kind of all over the place in this video, I know that. But I also remember hearing about Jennifer Grey. She played Baby in Dirty Dancing. And she had her nose done because, you know, she was being told that, you know, you have a big nose, or she kind of had maybe a little bump on her nose, which I loved her nose. I thought it was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. But she was told you need to have a nose job because, you know, your nose is not Hollywood appropriate or whatever. And so she did have a nose job, and then people couldn't recognize her anymore. So then she wasn't getting roles anymore because people were like, that's not Jennifer Grey. I mean, I remember the first time I saw her after she had her nose job, and I was like, that's Jennifer Grey? What? And I was like, oh, you know, I mean, she's beautiful with her nose job too, but I just thought she was perfectly beautiful the way she was, you know? But that's the thing. It's just like, rather than just accepting who we are and who each other are, it's like we all feel like we have to mold to this certain thing, you know, get our face shoved full of Botox and our lips bigger and our eyelids, you know, smoothed out, and our face and cheeks and the, you know, and again, I'm not like putting that down. I think people have the right to do whatever they want. It's their face. They can do what they want. It's just, it's become in a lot of cases just overdone, you know, the importance of it. And then the continual surgical procedures. It's like, geez, you know, yikes. I'm going to go back into swamp. So yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad that that's the world that we live in, and that people can't just feel comfortable in their own skin. And I do know, though, a lot of people that do, and that's what I'm trying to model myself after. And the last thing I want to touch on here is inner beauty. To me, inner beauty is so much more important and so much more valuable than outer beauty. And I think beauty is definitely in the eye of the beholder. And I think that beauty comes in all shapes, sizes, colors, hair texture, you know, everything. There's beauty to be found in everyone, really. But I do also see that when people are really yucky on the inside, it does, to me, affect their outer beauty. You know, I've known people who I thought were just so beautiful, you know, just so beautiful, and then got to know them and I was like, no, because they're not nice. They're mean, and they're just not nice people. So that has changed my view of people too. I don't know that I like how that looks right there, because I feel like it's really a stark. I'm wondering if maybe what I should do is go into Starling. I think I'm gonna. Let's throw some purple on here too. Yeah? This might look really dumb, but I'm gonna do it. You know, it's just knowing that somebody doesn't have niceness and love and warmth and light inside of them. I do think it does. Oh yeah, I think that looks better. Oh yeah, I like that a lot better. It affects their outer beauty. It just makes me, you know, go, I don't really want to be around this person because they're not nice, they're not kind, they're not loving. They're jerks. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but to me it does. I think I think outer beauty is highly overrated, and inner beauty is like not as focused on, I don't think, as it should be. I think that what someone looks like and how they behave, you know, very, very different. And I think that the stereotypical, what, you know, society or I guess Hollywood or whatever, whoever determines it, finds beautiful isn't always what I think as beauty, you know? I mean, sometimes it is, but a lot of times it's not. And I don't know, I just think it's important that when you're looking at someone and trying to determine, well, do I think they're beautiful or not, you know? Also, rather than just focusing on how they look like on the outside or what they look like on the outside, how are they treating you? How are they behaving to others? How are they living their life? And how are they, you know, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but like, how are they interacting with the world around them? You know, are they really that beautiful? I don't know. And I wish that these ridiculous stereotypes, I went back in with the darker green shade, by the way, these ridiculous stereotypes of what beauty is, would disappear. I really do. Because, you know, I've known myself and other women that have been in my life, and even other men that have been in my life, have really damaged themselves physically trying to fit this mold of what beauty is, and all the different things that people do to try to, you know, make themselves be more beautiful in society's eyes. I just think, man, it's really too bad. Really, really too bad. And, you know, here I am putting my makeup on. So then, you know, people might think, well, you're feeding right into that. You know, you're putting makeup on your face. You should just be happy without the makeup on. And I am happy without makeup on. Absolutely. I'm not putting makeup on my face because I think it makes me look more beautiful. I just think makeup itself is beautiful and it's really fun. So that's why I'm, you know, have my channel. I feel beautiful in a lot of different ways. And there's, you know, lots of days I don't feel real beautiful either. I'm gonna go back in with this brush and just kind of blend the very edge of that out. But I would love to know what you guys define as beauty, you know? I think that'd be really cool to chat about that in the comment section. I'm gonna go back in with just a little bit of the Coast shade. Just add a little bit of that back just to make it look a little bit more pronounced right there. I really like this look. I just don't know about the outer edge here. Looks a little strange to me. I almost wonder if I should take the shimmer all the way over there, but I need to quit futzing around with it. I'm gonna go in with just a clean brush and just kind of blend this outer edge all the way around here. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done here. I really like the blue to green to purple shift across my lids. I don't know how well you guys can see it in my camera, but I love how that turned out. I might blend just a little bit more right there. But I am gonna go clean this up, do my other eye, face, hair, and I will come back. So this is the finished look, and I love how this look turned out. There's some blending issues with the purple and green that I'm not thrilled with, but you know, that's just because that's all I can do with blending. I don't have enough experience, I guess, with purple and green blending together. But I do think I did a good job of choosing shadows that match the colors of the images of Bora Bora that Charlie chose as our inspiration for our looks for this challenge. I really think I did a good job with that. I'm going to show you the shades I used again for my eye look, but let me show you just a few things I put on my face for my finished look. On my lips, I used a combination of two things. I started off with the NYX Professional Makeup Butter Gloss in Vanilla Cream Pie, and I just felt like this was a little too light pink. It just looked a little strange. So I grabbed, I mean, I love this product, but it just looked weird with my eye look. So I grabbed this as well. And this is a gloss from Saints Angel Sinners. This was released in the Fairy Tale collection. It's a heart. I love that. And this is in the shade Bratz, just a little deeper than the Butter Gloss. I wanted to go a little bit calmer with my lip shade today. I just felt the need to do that. And I really like the two of these together. I mean, I probably could have just stuck with this, but anyway, you don't know until you try it, right? And then for my upper lids liner, I used the Beauty Creations Pot Gel Liner in the shade Aqua Glow. I got a set of these I showed a while back in, I think, my friend mail video, I think. But I'm loving using these, and it's really fun because I typically stick to the more traditional eyeliner shades, brown or black. And so it's fun to play with these, and these work really well. I usually put one layer down, let it dry, and then put a second layer over the top of that just so it's more opaque. But they dry down really well and they stay put all day. I've used a few of these now and they're really fun. And then for my lower water lines, I used a Beauty Creations gel liner in the shade Denim. I just thought this blue would look good with the eye look. And then for my mascara, I used the Item Makeup Lash Snack Mascara. I apologize for the traffic, but people are just, you know, living their lives this morning and I have to have my window open right now. I also used the Enchantment palette from Beauty Moon Cosmetics for my inner corners today. This is like a hybrid highlighter eyeshadow palette. I have not used it as an eyeshadow palette yet. I just use it basically as my inner corner shades and on my face. But I use this shade right here. It looks white, but it's got this beautiful light blue, light pink, and light purple reflecty stuff in there. And I'm loving this. And the brand owner just threw this in with my order. It was so awesome. So let's start off with talking about the mattes that I use from the Certifeye Tropical Wonders palette. I am so thrilled that Steph sent this to me. I love this palette. All mattes. And they all work. I don't know that I've used all of them yet, but the ones I've used several of these mattes, close to all of them, work so well. They're so blendable and so pigmented. I love them. I did use a combination of Starling, Swamp, and Coast on my lower lash lines. Put the purple Starling shade towards the outer part, then I put the Swamp shade, and then I put Coast here. Now we've got birds quacking outside, or tweeting, or whatever they're doing. Some type of bird is making noise outside. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? But yeah, love this. So fun. And I really think the shades I pulled together work well for the challenge. And then this shade here from LadybugGlow, this was so gorgeous. I'm so happy I finally used this. I've had this in my collection now for probably a few months, 3 months, 4, and I hadn't used it yet. So this is absolutely amazing. Love it. And I just wish I knew what the shade name was. If the brand owner of LadybugGlow watches this, maybe she'll pop the name of the shade in the comment section, because like I said, I threw away the outer packaging. Love it though. It's a beautiful shade. And then the Beauty Moon Cosmetics shade that I used, I think it's called Athens. I don't know what happened to the name of the shadow. I did get a little too smush happy when I put it on this eye, so I think I've kind of like panned the shade already. But wonderful texture, and I love the flippiness of it. I love the green and purple. I mean, it's very noticeable on my eyelids. I don't know how well you can see it in this video, but in real life, you can really see it. Like I went downstairs, my husband was like, wow, that looks really cool. I'm like, thank you. But yeah, this is really lovely, really. And I love the way it comes in these nice plastic containers because, you know, I mean, I do have a Z palette that I put this in, which, I mean, it's fine. But I do love those little components. They're wonderful. So let me know what you think of my eye look, and let me know if you think I match the colors of the images that Charlie chose of Bora Bora. Wouldn't it be so fun if we were all getting ready to board a plane to Bora Bora right now? And I would love to know what your definition is of beauty. I will briefly recap. Nature, being outside, love that. There's so many beautiful things out in the world to see, very, very minute little things that you might, you know, some people might miss, but I'm always looking for those really little examples of beauty. Like there's some ponds that we frequently go walk at, and there are the most beautiful teeny tiny little wildflowers. They're just amazing, and I like to pick them and make a little bouquet, which I know I probably shouldn't do that, but I love to do that. It's so fun, and I bring them home, put them in a little vase, and then they die, which is really sad. But anyway, I just think there's so much beauty to be found outdoors. And I really encourage you guys, if you're able to, just get outside, go outside and just breathe some fresh air and just look around you and find all different kinds of examples of natural beauty. I think babies are beautiful. I think being a grandmother is such a beautiful part of my life now, probably the most beautiful part of my life. It is just wonderful. I am loving every second of it. And then also, I think inner beauty is way more important than outer beauty. You know, I really do. And I think, I'm hoping that as time goes on, I don't know when, but I'm hoping that at some point in the future, that this bizarre, ridiculous standard that is set for what beauty is, outer beauty is, will be eradicated, because it's just so stupid. So stupid. And I look back on my youth and I think about all the things I tried to do and be to look a certain way. And, you know, I've just let a lot of that go. I mean, I still struggle with it on occasion. I do. And I also think that aging is so beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing to fall into aging and not fight against it, not rail against it so hard. You know, we're all going to get there. And I think it's a huge privilege to get to old age too. I think a lot of people lose sight of that too. I am just feeling very, very happy that I am almost 50 years old and I'm still in relatively good health. And I hope I continue to be in relatively good health and just continue to live my life and age gracefully, age beautiful, whatever, but just to age and be okay with it. That's so important to me. And of course, I'm going to link Charlie and Leanna's channels on YouTube in my description box, and also their Instagram channels as well. If you guys have not yet subscribed or followed either one of them, I highly, highly, highly recommend doing so. Really fun to take part in Charlie's challenge, and also an absolute honor and pleasure to take part in Leanna Dalton's challenge as well. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye. Drop it.